Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Spilka, and I am the host of the Tech Incubator at Queens College interview series. Today, I'm joined by Mohammed Raza, who was a former intern at Tech Incubator at Queens College and now is in the field of software engineering. Welcome, Mohammed. Thank you for joining me today. Could you start by telling me what you did before you worked at Tech Incubator?
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for having me today. My name is Mohammed Raza. I recently graduated Queens College in the fall of 2020, December. Currently, I am working as a professional service consultant at AWS. But long before when I worked at Tech Incubator, I was just a regular college student doing some unpaid internships in the fashion industry, helping out people, filling out orders, doing data entry, or updating their websites. That was my journey long before Tech Incubator. And when I started college, my internships when I was working in fashion was like over. So I was looking for work. And then when I applied for work study at Queens College, I was able to find a job at Tech Incubator. And that's how I came across Tech Incubator. That was my start at Tech Incubator as a work study intern.
So, at Tech Incubator, what were your responsibilities?
I started working at Tech Incubator back in my fall of sophomore year. So that was my start. So when I started out, we were basically helping out building a tech community and tech environment where we were inviting people and giving them like teaching them technology skills or like basically motivating or encouraging people to follow something outside the classes, basically pick up new skills or learn new programming languages or do something else besides what you learn in college, or maybe come and build like side projects. When I was working in Tech Incubator, we got a chance to host these web development classes where we taught people on how to build websites, which was a great experience. And people got to learn a lot. And from there, people basically got encouraged, and that led them to do something more greater. Like that pushed them to like apply for like internships or jobs, or like maybe build side projects on the side besides taking computer science classes. So that's what we did at Tech Incubator. And besides that, we also built projects. We also taught a summer camp to the kids in Queens College, teaching them the regular computer skills or like teaching them programming skills such as Scratch and Python, and teaching them computing essentials and like teaching them about how computers work by demonstrating them with the Raspberry Pi and stuff like that. So that's what we did at Tech Incubator. We didn't work on one thing. We worked on various things when I was at Tech Incubator. So we were like teaching classes, hosting tech events, or maybe going out to different tech events to basically present Queens College, to show them what we are doing at Tech Incubator, or maybe inviting guest speakers from industry to talk about what they've been doing in the industry. So that's what we did at Tech Incubator. So there's like variety of different things we did at Tech Incubator.
What skills did you learn while being an intern at Tech Incubator, and how did that help set you up for the future?
When I was at Tech Incubator, I wasn't a good public speaker, so I wasn't really confident enough to speak in public. But when I worked at Tech Incubator, I got opportunity to speak in front of people. So basically, our first web dev class that we hosted back in 2017, December, close to New Year in January 2018, we hold like from December to January, we hold like a 2-month web dev session for people in Queens College who want to pick up skills. That was something really new for me, and I wanted to take that opportunity to gain more skills, such as public speaking skills, because public speaking skills are really important. You really need that in real world. You can definitely learn the technical skills. That's not the hardest part. But being confident and being speaking in front of people, that's one of the most valuable skill you can gain. So that's one of the biggest skills I ever gained at Tech Incubator.
So, what did you end up doing after Tech Incubator and after graduating Queens College?
I worked in Tech Incubator from 2017 to 2018. That was when I was a regular intern at Tech Incubator. But then I had like my work study was over, so I had like an on and off relationship Tech Incubator. So like I would go there, even host events voluntarily with the help of Ying. But after Tech Incubator, I started applying for internships. So my first internship was at CUNY, where I worked as an intern helping out energy consuming problems. So we were like building out a system which would help CUNY conserve energy. From there, I went on to apply for more internships to gain more experience. And then I ended up at JP Morgan Chase, where we worked on a whole different level of problems, helping out production engineers. Basically, we were like building out a search engine, which was scraping all the issues production issues that were happening in the bank, and our search engine was basically making it easier for the people to search those issues and resolve them. After my internship at JP Morgan, I came back Queens College. My internship at JP Morgan in Chicago, so I came back to New York and continued my college, and that was on the senior year. So at senior, I was just looking for part-time work, and then that's when I came back to Tech Incubator again. That's where we hosted data science sessions, like teaching people skills required to pursue data science. So after that, after the fall of my junior, like start of my senior, I got another opportunity to work at a bank, which was HSBC, where I was working as a data science intern, helping out the audit department, basically writing machine learning algorithm for them to classify different news articles according to different risk categories. And after 2020, everything went remote. And then while working at HSBC, I got a new opportunity with AWS to work as a professional services consultant. So what my job was like to basically help clients, which AWS was working with, to help them implement AWS related technologies, such as the AWS cloud technologies. Let's say our clients want to use their S3 buckets or EC2 servers. We were the people who were helping them implement those technology solutions. So that's what I did. Once I graduated.
So a little bit now to, I guess, more personal type of questions.
Sure.
What attributes of yourself do you consider to create success within your career and the past jobs that you've had?
Okay, in my career, so technology moves fast, software moves fast. What you might write today might be old in 6 months. So in order to be successful in this career, you have to be passionate and you have to be like really hungry for learning. So things move really fast in this industry. You always got to be hungry for learning. You always got to learn the tech. You always got to learn the new stuff which comes in the future, or which comes around. So you always be hungry for learning, always be passionate, because let me tell you, coding is hard. People do get burned out. So in order not to get burned out, I would definitely advise pursue outside hobbies too, to have like a well-maintained balance, but always be passionate and always be hungry for learning if you want to succeed in this field. And that's what my advice is going to be.
That's great advice. Thank you for sharing. On the flip side, would you say that you've had any major failures over your time? And if so, could you talk about it and like what your biggest one would be in your mind, and then what you learned from it in order to continue being successful?
Okay, so failure is something that teaches us a lot of stuff. So I haven't had a really bigger failure because I haven't tried things at that big level. So, but I have failures throughout my journey. Let me give you like an experience of mine. So back in 2017, I was working in this fashion industry, and I was helping this person selling shoes to people in US. We were successful at that, but the thing that basically held us back was the budget. The lady didn't have enough budget to spend on marketing or advertisement. That was something that held us back, but that's not my failure. So I actually got inspired by that. I was like, you know what, let me try something doing that. I was really inspired by that. I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I saved up enough amount to start my own website, and I was like, you know what, I'm probably gonna make some money by selling stuff online. So I was looking for different products, finding what people like. I was doing a lot of research, and then I came across, oh, why not let's sell t-shirts. People love t-shirts. And then I would be spending time designing those t-shirts, or probably learning on YouTube how to do the good designs and put it on t-shirts. So I was doing that. I would set up the website. I would set up all the analytics and all the stuff. Then I would basically put the t-shirts on the website, and then I would market it. And I would find out how to market these t-shirts basically by learning how to run Facebook ads and where to advertise those t-shirts in what demographic, stuff like that. I ran that venture for a while, for like, I would say 3-4 months. I sold like 10, but I was impatient. I was like, I gotta make some money, like I'm running this, I'm like spending money. I gotta have some money to back me up. But that impatience led me to basically turn that entire thing off, like, because I ran out of money. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. But I consider that as a failure because I wasn't consistent and I wasn't thinking long term. If I would be still running that thing is still now, I would be sustainable, like I would be making good amount of money. But I was impatient and I was like, if I'm spending money, I should get it in return, maybe in a month or something. But I was not thinking long term. I consider that as my failure. I should have stayed consistent and being patient, but I was not. But during the process, I learned a lot of things. I learned many different skills. Like I learned how to run a business online, like how to market stuff to people, like how to look at analytics differently, like how to publish ads online to different demographics, like how you can get return from those ads, like how you can turn those ads into money, like how you can turn those customers who are watching your ad into basically customers paying for your t-shirt, stuff like that. So that was something, I think, a good experience for me, but I consider it as a failure because I didn't run that thing for a long period of time.
Thank you for sharing. It's good though that you see the opportunities that came from what you kind of consider a failure, because what matters the most, I always think, is that, something was learned from it and you have these skills now. And honestly, even though you said it's a failure, in a way, there's no such thing as failure. That's what people tell me, and I kind of agree. So I like to say that out there too. But yeah, I'm glad
Yeah,
you were able to make it a very positive experience at the end.
I totally agree with you what you said. Like nothing is failure. Okay, some people put failure as something as a bigger of a deal, but I consider it as something that you gain. It's not your loss. Like you might not have gained monetary value, but you might have gained in like skills, or like you might have learned something new, which you can use to pivot to something else. So that's something really valuable. If you haven't tried that thing in the first place, you wouldn't have known like how the thing would have worked. So that's really important.
Yeah, 100%. Would you say that you have an ultimate career goal?
At the moment, I would say like I don't have one at the moment because like I'm starting my new job. Maybe a years from now, I might have an ultimate goal to pursue a niche area and become like a contractor or consultant, or basically learn enough skills to provide people different services. So basically, in easy words, my ultimate goal would be like becoming consultant or starting like a consulting company, technology consulting company.
Thanks for sharing. Always learning. Love that.
Yeah.
Before, you mentioned a little bit of advice when I asked you about success. But my final question would be, is there any more advice that you would give to your younger self that could also serve as advice to others, especially like younger college students that are just starting out?
My advice to me younger self or the college students would be like network as much as you can while you're in college, because that's the best opportunity. Because like once you're out of college, you don't get to meet a lot of people. You'll be working most of the time, so you'll barely have time to meet a lot of people. So network as much as you can in college, and try as much as you can. Try new things in college, like do different things, like learn where your passion lies. Don't go with the flow. Like learn the things that you like the most. Like do stuff that you like the most. That's my real advice. Like do as many things you can, try out new things, learn from them. And then what you're gonna do in the process is like you're gonna gain new skills. You're gonna learn, you're gonna experience a lot of new things. I mean, when I was in college, that's how I learned how to do multiple things at once. Cause like I wasn't only focused in classes, I was also doing things outside of my school. Like I was running this online venture and like working in different places and volunteering my time at Tech Incubator. So through that, I got to learn a lot. So my advice was be like always be consistent and network as much as you can, and always try new things outside the school. Like don't be just the guy you want to be 4.0 GPA. There is world outside of 4.0 GPA. Like go if especially my advice is for the computer science kids who want to pursue a career in software engineering. I would highly recommend them. Don't just stick to classes. Do something outside the classes too, like go to hackathons and go meet people, network, or go to networking events. Definitely do things outside of classes too. You're gonna learn a lot.
Absolutely. That concludes my questions for today, but thank you so much, Mohammed, for joining me today again. And all of your insights and advice were really useful. And I hope that the listeners really take it to heart, because I also understand like how true it all is. And also thank you for sharing your story. And I really wish you the best of luck as you continue your career.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it.